I've got my ear. Oh, there. Okay. Oh, that sounds weird to me, but Shonda's gonna let me know if it's working. Hi, is it working? I had some kind of echo going here. Hang with me for a minute, guys. Hi, can everyone hear me? This doesn't sound like my voice. Hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Hi, I hope everyone's having a good time. Oh yeah, I do sound off. Okay. Okay. Now, I have Shonda in my ear, who's telling me, hello, hello, hello. Okay, hang on. This could make me a sane person. Hello, hello? No. Shonda, remember you have a delay, so they're all the way up. We're going to get this figured out. Hello, 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 hello. I wish this reached back 40 years. Hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
Oh, God. I don't know how we did this, but I think we made it worse. Hello. Yep. So it's kind of like a wonder balloon. A helium balloon. That's what I'm thinking. So you guys have to. God. Okay, Shonda, you got to give me like a minute in between. You'd have to understand, I've got Shonda in my ear laughing hysterically. Okay, so do I sound more like me now?
We're going to get this figured out. We're going to have a chat tonight. Okay, you guys, this is hysterical. I don't have an auto-tune dial. Okay. Nobody needs to drink when this kind of thing's going on. This is Finnegan. Say hi, Finnegan. Okay, I'm waiting for Shonda to catch up to me. This is where I'm going to sit for right now. Okay, get down. Okay, hang on one second, you guys. Okay, so Shonda, I had to pause you because it's too much noise and I can't hear what's going on. So I got to pause you. Okay, so hi, guys. I'm live. Yeah. Okay, so real quick. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Shonda, go from this point and tell me what you think, okay? So I'm gonna smack her. She's okay. So this, can you? I'm staring at her ceiling right now, but Shonda's on Marco Polo, laughing hysterically at me. Okay, so I have her in my earphones. My headphones are over my earphones, and now I'm hearing myself too. So she's laughing hysterically, and I'm staring at her ceiling. Say hi, Shonda. Okay, that's Shonda. Okay. This is like a circus. Seriously, Wayne, Wayne says I got to lay the hard stuff down. Mm-hmm. Okay, hang on. Shonda, turn off Polo until you have something to say. Okay. Oh, gosh. Hi. So, okay, so I have the Fin Man curled up in front of me. Okay, now I'm not listening to two of us. This is, okay, so this is kind of like my voice. It's a little high, but we'll go with it. You're not alone. Chaos is my life. Okay, so this is sounding good. We may have fixed the issue. I have Finnegan curled up in front of me. Everything else. Ooh, okay, we made it. Okay. Okay, so hopefully you guys are catching this. I decided to put the chat up on the screen so that everyone could see it, because this is being run on YouTube and Facebook. And hey, Facebook people, I'd love to have you over on YouTube too. But I thought we're heading into the storm. And so I made the decision. Okay, I'm listening to myself and it's getting on my nerves. I made the decision I'm going to go live tonight. I'm going to go live tomorrow, an hour earlier at 6 p.m. Eastern, and then 7 p.m. on Saturday and Sunday. I want to hang out with you guys during the storm, and we want to hear what you're going through, what you're dealing with. Puerto Rico's in the house. Yay. Lady Luck, nice to have you along for the live. Okay, so quick update on Finnegan before we start. Hello, the UP. Very nice. I know it's horribly cold down here. I don't do technology, and I was just talking the other night about how trying to learn something new at this time of night is not a good thing for my brain. We are discussing last minute winter storm preps right after I go into a whole thing about Finnegan. So for those of you that have been with me for a while, Finnegan has been pretty sick for about 3 months, actively trying to die. Don't know why. Have run literally thousands of dollars of tests on him, all kinds of stuff. Stopped eating, stopped doing everything. We kind of got him going, in the last week. He's reverted back to his old self. He's lost a third of his body weight. Actually, I'm sorry. Let's back that down. He's lost almost a half as of today. I went in today for a follow-up, 2 weeks. They gave him steroids and vitamin B12 2 weeks ago. And, it's kind of playing it by ear because we've exhausted literally everything else. He has started reverting back to himself. He's still not full on Finnegan, but he was a 14 plus pound potato, I have to repaint my dark walls from where he's clawed himself up to the window because he was getting so heavy. He was having trouble getting up there. He is. So I went in today to take him in for the follow-up, and I was just like, oh, this is going to take 5 minutes. He's doing better. He should have gained at least a pound. He's eating more. He's doing everything he's supposed to. They put him on the scale and he lost almost another pound. I just don't know. But literally, he is between me and the mic right now, just cradled like you would a baby. He's just chilling here, purring like an idiot. And he's playing with me again. And literally, he finds me. I drop whatever I'm doing and I go feed him. I feed him multiple times a day. He doesn't eat a lot at one time, and he's constantly changing up what he's eating. I'm spending a small fortune on cat food, but we're getting there. I'll take every little victory that I can get. So we're going back in 2 weeks. No idea. They've tested him for literally everything. Literally. So yeah, that's where we're at with Finnegan Begin. I think, let's see. Oh, you weren't asking me, but Disney Up said, do you think we'll get hit bad? Pretty much they keep increasing how bad it's going to be. I've been watching in between multiple running around today. I've been catching little clips here and there, and it seems like every single update is covering more land that it's going to cover, So this is going to be a heck of a storm. For those of you that don't know, the Purposeful Pantry, highly recommend if you want to know anything about dehydrating. Okay. She is the expert dehydrator. Pardon me. And I was talking to her today, and she's in Texas, and she said that their grocery stores are just slammed right now. She's in an area where they were expecting quite a bit of ice and some snow, which is not something, that they ever deal with. Lady Luck, thank you for asking. My shoulder is healing. I wish I had great news. It's healing. The purring lady. Yeah, wind chills in the UP, -30 to -40 until Saturday. We're going to wake up tomorrow with like a -22 and go from there. He won't eat ugly chicken. Cats do this thing where they forget how to eat. They basically get anorexia. And if when they started feeling bad, they were eating one thing in particular, they won't go back to it. Hey, Hemlock's in the house. Good idea, connecting the battery. Absolutely. Pardon me. So, yeah, Darcy is the best. So I was teasing her because her order didn't show up for her next video, and she had to go to the store to get something else to do her video for this weekend. And I'm like, I don't care if it's not a milk and bread run for milk and bread. You're still going to the store. It's not good. So I had fun. Yeah. Okay, so who is this? Let me come back here. I really don't expect Kentucky to get it as bad as the experts claim. To tell you how the storm will hit. If anything, we may get some precipitation. With any luck at all, that's all you get. I'm looking forward to hearing the update. So we're going to talk storm, for the next 4 nights while I master this audio mixer and get this all figured out and find my earbuds so I don't have to have this contraption on my head. Extra batteries. Yes. Okay. So we're going to talk for a minute, some practical last minute storm checklists, so get your pen and paper, my friends. Yeah, we've been doing sub-Q fluids. Yeah. We want everybody that's in the path of the storm, and there's a lot of people, to stay as safe and comfortable as possible over the weekend. A major winter storm Fern, yay, okay, is forecast to bring heavy snow, ice, and dangerously cold temperatures across many of the states this weekend, with widespread impacts like power outages, hazardous travel, and emergency declarations already underway. They're already canceling school and stuff for tomorrow. It's going to be a mess. So let's talk about some ways to do some last minute preps. Thanks, Storm. I have a friend coming over possibly tomorrow to fine tune this crap. Oh my gosh. I can hear myself in my ear, and I'm not the tenor that I normally am. So I know that it's got to have a little bit more adjusted. Okay, so last minute preps today and tomorrow, tomorrow morning. You want to make sure that you've got something to monitor the weather alerts continuously. I mean, keep it on. If you guys have YouTube, throw Ryan Hall on. If you've got something local, throw that on, okay? National Weather Service or local emergency officials, make sure you know where to tune to. Okay. Enable your wireless emergency alerts on your phone. And if you need to, you can Google it or, YouTube it. You'll find it. And hopefully, I'm hoping you guys been with me for a minute, have a battery powered or NOAA weather radio in case of power loss. Let me know in the comments section down below if you've got a NOAA radio. Raise your hand. Give me a thumbs up. Okay. Hello, East Texas. Okay. Because the NOAA radio and hearing what they are saying is coming is going to be super important. I cannot listen to myself anymore. Can't do it. Okay. This is just distracting and irritating. So, okay. Hello. I know, baby. Okay. Oh, look at you guys do. You got your NOAA radios. Extra ice made today. Oh, look at you guys. I love it. I love it. If you don't have a garage, oh, wait a second. I want to catch that tip. Go back up. If you don't have a garage, pull your wipers up so they don't freeze to the windshield. Excellent suggestion. Excellent suggestion. For keeping animals calm, I mean, this is going to be snow, ice, wind. Sit with them. I mean, my girls, if it thunders, my girls are freaked out. There's literally nothing I can do about it. And at this late stage, no. Keep your dryer vents clear outside. Snow drifts can cover them quickly. Seriously pay attention to that, okay? And if you get a whole bunch, you need to find a way to get the snow away from your, what do they call them? They're basically exhaust pipes where your bathrooms are, on the roof. Not good. Battery radio, good. Good. Lots of NOAA. I'm so happy about you guys and all the NOAA radios. And that's it. That's it in a nutshell. Okay. I would rather be prepared for the worst than be caught not prepared, because at this point, only a fool is not prepared. Okay. The wind is supposed to get bad. I double hung curtains. I know, baby. I am I'm tacking old blankets over the doors for slow, sneaky drafts, and solar powered radio and an old CD player that gets radio stations. I love that. Snow is just weather up here. Well, yeah, but that's the thing. That's honestly, that's the thing. Okay. The folks that are going to get hit the hardest with this don't get snow. So they're not equipped for it. Their communities are not equipped for it. Nothing. So being prepared is huge. Huge, huge, huge. Yeah, I'm going to spend pretty much the whole weekend in the house. So I might pull out my GMRS radios and, play with them. Oh, I like that idea. Ziploc bags over side mirrors and throw a tarp over your windshield. That'll help. Covering your windshield wipers with tube socks can help. It can also get stuck though too. So I'd be careful with that one. I love hand crank radios. They're the best. Okay, I'm not going to be able to catch up. Okay, so let's talk about supplies and essentials real quick. Okay, so think about this because you basically have tonight. Okay, maybe tomorrow morning. Food and water. At least 3 days of non-perishable food. I'm hoping if you're in this chat, you've got that. Okay, but if you don't, you need to make it a priority. And it should be food that doesn't require cooking, just in case. 2 gallons of water per person per day. Remember, a case of that 40-pack of bottled water from Walmart equals 5 gallons. Okay, so that's super simple. Bring any fragile medications and personal health supplies indoors. I don't know why you would keep them outdoors, but if you do, or if you leave extras in your car or something, bring them indoors. Okay, let's talk about heat and power, because that's going to be huge. Fuel heating sources before utilities fail. You should have already had your propane tanks filled. Was it last night in the chat? Somebody said something about the propane company shut down because they ran out. So you need to make sure that you've got your fuel. Double check. If you think you might be at a certain percentage, go out there and make sure, go out and make sure you've got the gas that you need for your generators, or the propane that you need for your generators. Keeping spare batteries for flashlights and radios. If you don't have them, get them. If you have a generator, check it and plan to use it safely outside. If you just bought one, do a test run or two. Make sure you've got the gas, the oil, the propane, whatever you need to make it run. Read the book real quick, okay? You don't just, I bought it, I'm safe. No, it doesn't work that way. Never works that way. Your carbon monoxide detectors and your smoke detectors, test and make sure they're working, because it's super important. Yes, Mr. Buddy heaters are safe inside. Absolutely, Judy Stevens. Okay. Warmth, extra blankets, sleeping bags, warm clothing. Remember, a knit cap on your head will raise your body temperature like a whole 5 degrees. It works miracles for nothing. Okay. Make sure everyone, especially babies, older adults, and pets, have adequate layers. Even your pets need to be warm. Okay. So don't just put them out there and forget about them. And if you have pets that are not Great Pyrenees, get them in the house. Okay. Car and travel prep. I think my biggest piece of advice for this is don't drive in this stuff. And okay, so OB, yes, there you go. Wow, this thing moves so fast. Don't drive, even for work, unless you absolutely must. And if you do and get stuck, don't leave your vehicle. Do not. That's how people die. Okay. So, but if you, I mean, especially in the South, you guys know when you get hit with major storms like this with ice and snow and everything else, you don't have the equipment to clear the roads. And so, your best bet is to just stay home. Everybody's closed anyway, you know. I'm sure essential personnel, there's another, you know, thing that they have to do. But anyway, so you want to make sure your gas tank is filled now. Stations may be closed if the power goes out. This is very serious. Have been through this. You don't want to get caught with no gas. Make sure you have a vehicle emergency kit with blankets, flashlight, snacks, water, and jumper cables if you do have to leave the house. Make sure that you are dressed to the hilt for bad weather if you have to leave the house. Now, I'm guilty. We're in the snow all the time up here. Like today, I ran for a dental visit and to meet up with a friend and then to back home. Did I grab a coat? No, I didn't. I was wearing a sweater. It's one more thing I don't need to carry along with everything else I had to carry. But if you're going out in this kind of weather and it's not something you're used to, make sure you have your warm weather gear because it's deadly. Pardon me. Absolutely deadly. Home safety. Okay. I'm doing this one-handed with a cat tucked up against my chest, and I sound like my voice went up 2 octaves. Scarves keep you very warm. That's what I love to hear. Very confident going into the storm, much better than 21. And I'm helping others prep. I love that. That's exactly what we should be doing. Okay. So home and safety. Home and safety. You want to protect your plumbing. So I had a few different questions bebop in and out, and I want to make sure that I'm clear on this. Make sure your outdoor hoses are disconnected. Absolutely make sure they're disconnected. Open the cabinet where your sink. Oh, hang on. Because I think I got one arm. Okay, and it's all the way over there. Hang on, Finnegan. Hang on, buddy. Okay, because I think Shonda's in my ear again. Yep. Shonda, if I turn them up, then I sound like I'm sucking helium, so I'm gonna have to play with it later. Where did I leave off? Oh, the kitchen sink and the bathroom sink. Open the cabinets so that the heat gets in there to circulate around the pipes. Okay. Keep your thermostat warm. Don't turn it down. I know everybody needs to save $1 right now. Trust me, I just got our electric bill again. It's reminiscent of July. So, but now's not the time to keep it down. You want to try to keep it as warm as you can in there because it'll take you longer to heat it up if it's cold. Thanks, Shonda. So somebody asked if they should shut off their water. No. Okay. Know where your water shut off is in case you have to shut it off. But I don't see a need to pre-shut it off just for giggles. But if you have outdoor faucets, it's not a bad idea to cover them. I mean, even if it's, you know, an old sock or something or an old mitten, whatever the case. Baby, what are you doing? Everyone's against me today. Okay. There you go. Are you comfortable? Okay, as long as he's comfortable. So make sure those outside faucets are covered. Make sure the indoor faucets are on a drip. Open the cabinets underneath your sink. Okay. Absolutely. Prepare for power outages. They're predicting some major power outages with this. So get your flashlights and your essentials in easy reach. Grab a basket, stick it on the dining room table, throw everything in there. You want everything where you can find it without having to dig for it in the dark. You know what I mean? That's going to be really important. And pull the extra blankets and everything out too, just in case you lose power. Pull the tent out now. Don't go looking for it. This is the epitome of ridiculous here. Okay. So I'm going to try to show you the ridiculous that I have going on here. Okay. this is what we're doing right now. So you don't want to be looking for all of this gear in the dark, in the cold. You don't want to do it. So get it all out now, okay? And trust me, it's not a big, if it doesn't happen, then all you got to do is put it away, which is so much easier than trying to find it in the dark. Pre-freeze some ice packs in advance. They can help keep the fridge cold longer. So grab, some freezer Ziploc bags, fill them with water, lay them down flat in the freezer, let them freeze. And it's a good thing. It's a very good thing. Make sure your phones are completely charged. Make sure your battery backups are completely charged. Absolutely. Okay. Pets and animals. Pets and animals. Okay. Bring your pets indoors or to a sheltered area with food and water. Otherwise, I will hunt you down and put a plugged-in blow dryer in your shower. I swear to God. Okay. Move livestock, feed, and water to accessible sheltered areas if you have livestock. But hopefully, people who have livestock are smart enough to do this. Okay. It's so important, you guys, to support others. Check on your neighbors, especially those who are elderly or may need help preparing. Your single moms, your single dads, the elderly people, the disabled, anybody, the single person living down the road that, works a whole bunch and is trying their heart out. Make sure that they have what they need. Talk to them. All you have to do is talk to them. Say, hey, this has the potential to get really ugly, And so do you have some water? Do you have some food? Do you have what you need to get through 3 days if we have to? If we lose power, that kind of thing. Talk to your neighbors. Identify a warming location. They have them all over the place. I mean, even up here where I'm at, they've been announcing them. So identify a warming location, a friend's house, community center, or official warming shelter in case your heat fails. You guys, people died in Texas, okay, when they had that snow. So this is something to take seriously. And while we've got a few people in here going, oh, thank you. It's better safe than sorry. Absolutely better safe than sorry. That's the reason that thing never came out anymore, because he does that and he knocks it over when I'm in the middle of meetings. Okay, if you must travel, then you are essential to your work, or somebody is extremely injured or ill and you have to get to a hospital, or something like that. Otherwise, stay off the road. Avoid travel unless absolutely necessary. Roads are going to be very dangerous or impassable, especially in areas where you're not used to this. Okay, I did not know a number. 246 people died in Texas during that ice storm. This is no joke. Okay? So while you've got a few people going, psh, psh, it's not going to be that bad. I don't care if it is. I hope it's not. But to not be prepared for it is foolish. Foolish. Okay? Oh, yep. If you have to leave, if you do have to leave, and this is one of those really important things, okay? Tell someone your route and your expected arrival time. Let somebody or multiple somebody know that you are leaving now. This is the route that you're taking, and hopefully I'll be here at this time, or I'll be here between this time and this time. You want to let somebody else know when you hit the road. Carry a charged phone and an emergency kit in your vehicle. Make sure, like I said, that you have that, the right gear and everything else. Something's stopping my tire. Okay. So that you can be safe if you have to stop. Exactly. Jobs are replaceable. People are not. Absolutely. Okay. Oh my goodness. There's no official warming nearby. Gigi, I would call your municipality tomorrow morning and see where it is. I mean, there's possible they haven't activated it yet, but see if there's one nearby, or what they recommend. Yep. Almost died here in Texas. The ice storms are no joke. Get water stored. Pay attention to all the advice. Get a text chain started, especially for the elderly people. I've been baking bread all day. The text chain is an excellent suggestion. Excellent suggestion. I love that idea. Very good idea. Oh, that's a good idea. Call churches. A lot of them open for bad weather. Tiger, are you serious? You wrecked coming to work and then was written up for calling in. Yeah. Yes, wool blankets are wonderful. Yep, Finnegan's my guy. Okay, so some safety reminders because it just bears repeating, Never use indoor grills inside your house. I can't believe that needs to be said, but it does. Don't use generators inside your house. That's not what they're used for. Okay. Carbon monoxide kills people too. So you have to. Yes, if you have a bathtub, fill it with water. Mm-hmm. Megs, I guess that would depend. You'd have to, that's a judgment call on your end, If you decide that you're going to shovel snow, do it safely. Don't try to be a hero. Okay. Take breaks a lot to avoid overexertion, to avoid hurting yourself. Do you know how many people have heart attacks every year shoveling snow? It's crazy. If you're an older person, keep your happy butt in the house. I know so many that, I don't need it. I'm independent. I don't need help. They need help. And then they fall in the driveway and lay there for a few days before somebody finds them. I would rather have somebody think me weak than to prove them right. Okay. So avoid walking on ice or untreated surfaces. It's bad. Yes, you can use a Mr. Buddy heater inside. Okay, quick priority list. You guys ready? Food and water stocked, heat sources and detectors checked, phones and radios charged, car fueled emergency kit ready, pets and neighbors attended to. That's what you want to do. That's today's pre-storm last minute checklist. So who still needs to get something done tomorrow? Who still needs to get some stuff stocked up or brought in or whatever? Yes, any older person can open City Hall for a warming center, but a lot don't. Okay. Because they don't have, basically, they just don't have the equipment. They don't have what's needed to open it up most of the time. Exactly. I love that because I live with somebody who is very particular about the snow movement around here. So it doesn't have to be pretty. A narrow path, just room for a vehicle is enough. Phil has this methodology that has been drilled into my head now. We have a front door in the living room that leads out, we never use it. We never use it. And it has a small porch and okay, fine. And it's wintertime and, we've got a foot of snow out there. And he said, I'm going to go shovel off the front porch. And I'm like, why? We never use it. And he goes, because that's the only door that we can get a gurney through. And I'm like, well, heck. Okay. I guess that makes sense. So now that's always in my head, Oh, get those solar generators topped off now. Plug them in. You got more Diet Coke. You're funny. Yeah. Okay. Gas for 3 days. That's good. Yes. Canning heats the house. That definitely helps heat the house. Michigan girl, I have no idea. I don't know that they're that well staffed anymore. You guys, I'm not in the path of 90% of this, and I have all of my battery banks plugged in to charge up. I have everything plugged in to charge up, on the off chance that it makes a turn and comes up to us, you know? You really, really want to make sure you've got all your stuff plugged in. Yeah, he's got a point. He does. What to have ready for traveling? That's basically your go bag, you know? You have to go to work. Oh, okay, so the stuff that I mentioned, definitely dress for it. Let me find my list because I have it here. Mhm, mhm. So you wanna make sure you have, your emergency kit. Okay, so that's a little first aid kit, some a flashlight, some snacks, some water, jumper cables, a blanket. Make sure you're carrying some layers of warm clothing, definitely a knit cap, okay? Definitely have your boots, and make sure your phone is fully charged and that you have a battery backup. Let somebody know when you're leaving and when you expect to show up and the route that you're taking. Exactly. The Great Lakes are too unpredictable to not be ready up here. Mhm. Oh, Gail, I'm glad. Awesome. I have a solar phone charger too, but the sun is weak here. Seriously. Yeah, stay safe out there. I want to see you guys back here tomorrow. We're going to be doing this tomorrow at 6 p.m. and then Saturday and Sunday at 7 p.m. We're going to come spend an hour. I'm going to master this audio mixer and we're going to chat about what's happening where you are with the storm. How many people have heard of school closings for tomorrow? Oh, Marcia, I bet they did. I bet they did. Canceled husband's surgery on Monday. Yeah, if you have a Generac or something like that, you want to keep the exhaust cleared, definitely. That blueberry jam is so good. Tomorrow's to-do list is to make and keep a thermos of hot coffee and put an electric blanket on the bed so it covers to stay warm. Yep. We you didn't ask, I'm still gonna tell you. Uh we put the electric blanket under the fitted sheet and we turn it on like when it's really like tomorrow I can guarantee about a half an hour before we go to bed we turn it on and it traps the heat between the blankets so that when you get in it's warm, you know. And we don't keep it on all night because that's just too hot. But it gets it warm to get in there and really helps a lot. And because it's underneath you, heat rises, so it comes up, gets pushed back down. You know, it's a great thing. Yeah, boots are important. Washington's oh, Washington is preparing for power reduction. You know, that is a beautiful thing to do. That is a beautiful thing to do. Put some hot hands in the mailbox for the mail person when it gets this cold. That's a beautiful idea. I am so totally gonna steal that. Yeah, I hate being too warm too, but I really hate cold feet. And so that gets my feet warm. Life's good. Again, that was another Phil idea, putting the electric blanket under the sheet. Mhm. Mhm. And half the time you can get a better deal financially on an electric blanket than you can on an electric mattress pad. It's bizarre. Yes. Most batteries don't like temps below 0, so don't leave it out in the cold, you know? Well, that's good, Sherry, just kick back and relax. That's a good thing to do. 145 schools closed already in Iowa. Oakland County schools are closed. Yeah, we got to keep them. We do. Mm-hmm. I got rechargeable hand warmers too, and I have to figure out where I put them when I moved my office. Mm-hmm. Yeah, up in New York and Michigan and stuff like that, we're kind of we're kind of used to that. Yes, 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 Mike ID 4OU. I did see that. So yeah, Texas is going to get hammered. I thought that was hysterical. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Illinois has a bunch closed too. This storm is pretty significant. It is. I figure I'll text my sister in the morning. She did send me a picture of herself bundled up like Nanook because she lives in North Carolina. I'm like, girl, that ain't nothing. You grew up here. What are you talking about? But she never takes hurricanes seriously while I'm watching it bear down, So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. That's super nice, Michigan girl. Let me back that up here for a second. My 500-gallon propane tank buried is 75% full. That's awesome. What state do you live in, Sherry? I don't know if they'd let us bury ours. Oh, Blaze. Oh, that's not going to be fun. I would be surprised if the truck showed up. Wow. I didn't even think about that. Ours is not due until like the first week or so of February. Mm-hmm. Yeah, a few years back, Phil got me an electric throw blanket, like I could plug it in on, sit in the living room on the couch or something like that, but I never use it. It just kind of sits there. Okay, so I want you guys to be super, super, super safe. Okay. We're gonna come back tomorrow and kind of get a check-in. I can't stress this enough. If you have the ability, we have developed relationships with, we don't have Amazon drivers, but we do have the mail person, and we do have UPS, and we do have FedEx, and we're on a first name basis with all of them. So all summer long, they know where the fridge is in the garage to grab lemonade or cold water or a V8 juice or something like that. And for the years that they've been here, they know, if they need something that they can come and get it. And so I tend not to pay as close of attention when it's cold out, but I really love this hand warmer idea. And I know I've got a bunch of them, so I'm going to be doing my due. We're going to be here, Mike, at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for an hour-ish, because Pantry Pals, for the Pantry Pals members, we're still going live at 7 for the members only chat. I'll probably have a small potty break in between because, water, coffee, that kind of stuff. But we're going to go live at 6 p.m. Eastern tomorrow just to see the status, how everybody's doing, check in, let us know, what you're running into in your area. I want to keep an eye on everybody and make sure that we're doing everything we can to support each other through the chaos. Disney, that's funny. That's funny. Yes. Yes, you're in Central Time. Yep. But tomorrow is Pantry Pals Melissa. So that's still at 7 Eastern. Okay, everybody. Thanks for being part of this community. You are important. You matter to me. And I'm glad that you are as prepared as you are. So remember, we're going to be here 6 p.m. Eastern tomorrow, which is Friday. We're going to be here 7 p.m. Eastern on Saturday and Sunday for about an hour. And just to check in and see how everybody is doing. And let us know what you're seeing where you are. Okay, check in. Just kind of let us know that you're safe. Yes, stay safe, everyone, no matter where you are. Okay. until next time, everybody, be safe. Keep stacking it to the rafters, my friends. And everybody, please give Shonda a big applause for helping me get this going tonight. Thanks, Shonda.